In what ways does the UNH Dance Company integrate digital technologies into their performances?
Well, in a variety of ways. We do behind the scenes, in addition to sometimes adding it to our performances. We have used projection, video projections of still, mostly stills, for different dance pieces in the past. It's not something we do regularly, but it's something that has been incorporated into it. More importantly, we use it for behind the scenes, for teaching, for recording, for historical library reference. But we use it in a variety of ways. It's been very helpful in having dancers look at themselves perform and seeing that they are or they aren't doing something that they need to enhance their performance.
In what ways does dance company use digital media to promote for the performances? Like, how do the students find out about the shows that you put on?
We actually do have Nancy Pearson, who is in charge of doing our PR. But in addition to that, we have a website that people can go to and find out what performances we have, when they are, and get little clips, little snippets of what that performance looks like. Most of the time it's in rehearsal because we do it in advance. We have YouTube, which is students doing it mostly, just putting pieces of rehearsals out there. YouTube has been something where your friend can go in and see what you're doing. In the past, we've had, I guess, the productions, the promo that goes out. We've had dancers on the side of buses that go from here into Newington and Portsmouth. So we've been very fortunate in that. The UNH uses the dance company for some of the ads they do when they play hockey, when they do football. Some of the ads that come up on television actually have our students, the promo for that.
Do students use Facebook as well to promote for it?
I think they use Facebook. I've heard of people say, actually, I've seen them put pictures of rehearsal, pictures of little clips of different rehearsals out there. So I think we're reaching a lot of kids who would be interested in going to see the production through that resource.
That is one. I also saw a few posters on the way here. Do you guys change the posters for your shows for advertising?
We do. We have our students do a lot of that work. They receive practicum credit for it, and that's all under the theater and dance performance under the heading of our department. That we do have our students involved in doing some of the promo and involved in putting up some of the posters. We still do posters. We do posters, but we also have come to rely on the media and rely on the other resources, the tech that is become so popular. Facebook is, you get the word out on Facebook faster than you can get it out on anything else, and more personal, so people know what you are doing. If they're interested in what you are doing, they can go and see.
From your experience being here, how has the technology changed throughout the years for the theater or the plays?
The technology is huge. It's absolutely huge. I came here in 1982. We were using Beta, some VHS, and Beta just died. Unfortunately, when I came, I always liked VHS. When I came, I tried to get most of our dance put on that, but unfortunately, a lot of the things that already existed here were Beta, and it went, whatever happened to Beta, it just died, kind of. So we were left with things that had, you can go into media services and get things put on other formats, but that is a problem. I can still find some old Beta things, and I would need to have them taken over to media service and change from those years. But that's just one example, and that's even an old example, because now we do DVDs. We don't even do that. I don't even know what's going on now. Our sound has changed dramatically. We've had we've had a lot of advances. Our sound is our biggest problem, but we've had a lot of advancement in our sound and the equipment that we use. We have a new sound installed in the Johnson here in Tennessee, but constant upgrades in lighting and what we can do with lighting. It's just been huge. When I came, I was playing a record player. My audition for coming to UNH, I was using a Mickey Mouse record player. It was a nightmare, but it just went from records to tapes to CDs and now iPods. And I work my computer with iTunes, cutting music. Cutting music. Cutting music has been like instrumental in using for teaching class, but they have, you can do it. If I can't do it, my students can do it. It's just opened up huge doors for artistically as well as just the teaching element. You're very cute.
I couldn't keep that one in.
How did you discover aerial dance?
I'm just like everybody else. That I want to fly, and well, everybody that I know would love to fly. They'd love to fly. Dancers in particular, I like using space. I have a fascination for using everything around me, both up and on the ground. And because I cross over to a lot of different dance forms, I just like movement. I like movement in sports. I like movement in circus skills. I like movement in everything. So I was attracted to gymnastics. I love gymnastics. Anything that moves, I'm interested in it. I'm interested in how it's done. I'm interested in the forms that it makes and the patterns that it makes. So I was doing a show called Circus Dance that incorporated juggling, gymnastics, walking on balls, riding unicycles, and I had a friend of mine come in and teach my dancers to do it. And then I wanted to go up into the air. I just thought it would be a natural evolution movement to have. But I didn't know how to do it. And I figured I'd just hang something. Well, you can't just hang something. It doesn't work that way. There's a language, it's an art. So I met a woman by the name of Serenity Smith, who is a Cirque du Soleil performer. She was moving into a different place in her life at that point. She and her sister, they're twins. They did Salsa Ball over the years, touring with Cirque du Soleil, but they've done Ringling Brothers. They've done a lot of circus. They're not dancers, but they are beautiful movers and circus artists. And I met Serenity. I told her that I would love to learn, and she was really excited about teaching me because I was excited about bringing the aerial arts to UNH and keeping it there, not just doing it for one show, but bringing it to UNH and offering it as a faculty person to the students here. And so it started with just being interested in how people moved in the air and how to make that happen and my learning how to do that. And it evolved very quickly, and but basically to put it into my choreography, it basically evolved very quickly into teaching it, because if I didn't teach it, no one could do it. It's not something that you can just do for a show and be ready. It takes years to really develop into a beautiful aerialist. But because I have dancers here that understand space and time and energy, they can easily understand how it works in the air. It's just creating the movement and learning the language that becomes the obstacle. And for me, that was no obstacle at all with my students. It isn't. It's just a question of teaching how to move in the air.
Did you have to overcome any obstacles with trying to get all that
The equipment.
Yeah.
I was very lucky because everyone who I spoke with at UNH was supportive. Everybody was interested. They were excited about the program being started here. I was chair at the time, so I did know people to go to. But I have countless people from all over the country because we were, as far as I know, the first people to incorporate aerial into a dance program at a university. The very first people to do it. When they were evaluating the program, evaluating me becoming a professor, they had to go out and find a like place to evaluate, try and evaluate me, and they had to go to other places because there weren't any set up aerial dance classes or faculty in a dance program. Like Florida State has flying trapeze and they have circus school, but it's very different from having it in your dance program as part of what you're offering. So that was a wonderful thing for me, a wonderful thing for UNH, and UNH has done nothing. I couldn't have done it if everybody hadn't been supportive. Everybody from Larry Robertson, the ballet director of dance here, to the dean at the time, Mel Hoskin, everybody, Ted Kirkpatrick, they just were excited about it. Everybody was just, no one was afraid of it. No one says, oh, we have to find insurance. We have to find, it's too scary. Nobody was afraid of it. And it went through all kinds of committees. I had a professional rigger come in and set it up. I had engineers come and look at the building to make sure it was safe. I had a lot of help. It took a lot of people to get this going, besides just me, but because I was here and willing to take responsibility for the program. It was an easy fit. I wasn't somebody from outside coming in and saying, I'd like to start a program. I was already here. So that probably made a big difference.
For the students that are in high school and looking for schools, how would you persuade them into coming in to pursue dance or aerial here? How would you get them?
I would just try and get them to come watch a class or take a class. They can't take aerial, but they can come watch aerial. Kids understand what's going on. That's all it ever took was to get some of my students excited about it, and there was no stopping it. It just snowballed, and it just grew from the simplest of trapeze work to the certainly much more complicated fabric, and then we just started buying equipment. We just started buying triple trap. We had the net, straps. It just has been we've done that. Let's try this. Let's do this. So it's gone. It's just, and that's only because of my students, because I can't do all that stuff anymore. So that's it's only because they are interested in pursuing it to the next step, to the next level. And thank goodness we only have 19 feet or 20 feet up there, or we'd be going way up 30 feet and doing crazy stuff up there. But we can't because we don't have the space. But it's still wonderful.
Well, thank you very much for your time. It was nice.
You're welcome.
talking to you.
It's so nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.